Hello, it's day 283, and I want to talk about bad diet advice. I really don't think most people give bad advice because they're trying to sabotage you. I don't think that there's people sitting around like rubbing their hands together like, oh, we're going to sabotage the overweight people by giving them bad advice. I think most bad diet advice starts off as good advice, but through misinformation or like ignorance, it gets telephoned into some warped version of itself. The more people retell it, the more warped it becomes until eventually it's something unusable. I also think that sometimes bad diet advice is only bad because it's reaching the wrong audience. Like, you can't give bodybuilding tips to somebody who's just starting lifting weights. It's not going to be effective. It's not going to work. It's the wrong audience. So that advice can really discourage somebody who thinks that they're doing it wrong simply because they haven't laid the groundwork for training yet. One such bad piece of advice is this idea of balanced meals. You want to lose weight? Just eat a balanced meal. This cereal, it's part of a balanced breakfast. If you grew up in the 90s, you might be able to relate on this one. Like, they'd tell you this cereal is part of a balanced breakfast. And then at the end of the commercial, they would show you a few frames of that cereal in a bowl posed alongside a couple pieces of fruit, maybe a piece of toast, some orange juice, all on this like perfect backdrop of a breakfast table. And that was balanced. But I heard that advice, just eat balanced meals, so frequently that it lost all of its meaning. I didn't know what a balanced diet was, so when people gave me that advice, just eat balanced meals, I would picture that breakfast cereal on that table. Like, okay, I gotta eat a whole bowl of cereal, 2 slices of toast, and I would be like, that's a ton of food. How am I supposed to lose weight if that's balanced? But see, that advice, eat a balanced meal if you want to lose weight, that is a perfect example of a good piece of advice that just reached the wrong audience. I was the wrong audience at the time because I had no idea what balanced nutrition was. I feel a lot more equipped to handle that now. And now I'm starting to realize that, yeah, that was really good advice. I feel better when I don't cut out any of the main food groups. I like to eat carbs, protein, and fats. I like to have meals that have all of those things in balance, and that's when I start feeling the best. When it comes to health and fitness, I think that education is a lot more important than just advice. You can give somebody advice, but you're never going to know if it actually hit the mark until that person either falls flat on their face or goes so hard that they burn out. I'm at a point right now where I'm not really taking much advice anymore. The only people who really comment about my health or fitness are people who don't really have my best interest at heart. And so in that case, I've turned a lot more toward just listening to my own body and letting it advise me on what I need to do during the day. The things that make me feel good, do more of that. The things that make me feel bad, less of that. It's so simple, like it's so dumb to have to put it in like those simplistic terms, but that's really where I've been finding my success lately. I wish more people realized that. I wish that more people were confident enough to actually go out and make their own rules rather than feeling like they have to follow these rules and this advice down to a T because somebody on TikTok said it.